All right, go ahead and fire away.
Okay, let's go ahead and start with Pete.
Sid, I'll have two if that's okay. First, Coach, coming out of the game, you'd mentioned you wanted to take a look at what DJ did. Just curious what you saw, and do you feel like he's ready to go back into the lineup as your starter there at left tackle?
Yeah, listen, I thought DJ did a pretty good job there. If he plays, he'd probably like that back, but he's heading in the right direction for sure. And I haven't made any decisions on that, which direction to go right this minute. So we'll see. We'll get there by the time we get into the end of next week there. So.
And I know you've talked about this subject before, but Matt and Steve are having these opportunities. It's your take on both individuals' readiness to jump back in and be a head coach.
Yeah, Pete, I mean, you know this from what I've said before that I think both of them deserve an opportunity again to be head coaches. They're obviously getting some play here, so other people recognize that too. And we'll just see where it goes. I know they're focused on taking care of business now here and and then looking at these other things this week, and then that stops after this week.
We'll go next to Jesse. Go ahead, Jesse.
They said, I'll have a follow-up too. Hey, Andy, yeah, following up on what Pete said about the left tackle, obviously you got a couple weeks here to figure this thing out, but what factors are going to be most important when determining, which guy you're going to go with there?
Yeah, well, the best part is that they both are good players. So, and Kelly Endo's playing well too. So, I'm not too worried about that whole situation. But we'll just see how it plays out. Andy rotates them during the week anyway, so they'll all get work, and we'll just go from there. But you obviously you want the best combination, but I think in this case you got three guys there that are pretty good players.
And Harrison Butker's been such a huge part of your guys' postseason success. With him coming off the injury, I just wonder where you feel like you guys are at with him heading into the playoffs.
Yeah, sure. No, he's working through that, and he'll be fine. He's a hard worker. That's what he does, and he's a perfectionist on everything. And so he'll just keep cranking, and I think he's getting better. Excuse me. I think he's getting better every day as he goes through this.
We'll go next to Todd. Go ahead, Todd.
Coach, I've got a couple things not particularly related to the game coming up. First off, you're from Los Angeles out there. Any effect with these fires, friends and family, or anything that is hitting close to home for you with where those are happening?
Yeah, I've had a couple of friends that had some problems out there, but our hearts go out to all those people. Prayers are with them, and hopefully they get these things contained. They're all in different areas of the city, but those ones along the coast there, those are rough ones. So we pray for everybody's safety, number one.
And this one is like kind of a big question, I guess, about just overall things. But you spent a lot of time in Green Bay early, and the legacy of those teams back in the 60s and how that kind of, naming streets after people and all that. I know you guys just played Pittsburgh. You probably look up in the stands and see Terry Bradshaw jerseys and all that. You guys are kind of making that legacy here. I know you don't think about these things all the time, but what do you think maybe 20 years down the road people will think about this run you guys are having here in Kansas City and how much things like this mean in towns like this?
Yeah, listen, I mean, there's no place better to do it than right here in Kansas City. But when you're in the middle of it, you really don't think about it. You're thinking about the next game. I mean, that's just how this business is. When you look in the rearview mirror, then you normally get your tail kicked. So you got to be careful of that. And but we're just trying to keep pushing forward. But at the same time, we know we've got great fans. I don't ever want to slight that part. I mean, Arrowhead's an unbelievable place to play. With the support of GH as part of this thing too. So, but we, the thing I enjoy the most and about the present is, for however great this thing is, these guys are so humble and they work so hard, and I appreciate that part from a coach's standpoint.
We'll go next to Sam. Go ahead, Sam.
Hey Andy, just wondered if you could give us an outline of what, with the week off, what this weekend looks like for you guys, and then also, there's obviously 4 different possible opponents that you guys could play next week. How do you sort of prepare for the possibility of 4 different teams?
Yeah, Sam. So we actually have played, which is crazy, but we've played all the teams that are in the playoffs, and
Yeah,
so you got to go back though. You can't be content with that. So the 4 teams that we have a chance to potentially play in a couple weeks here, we've tried to hammer those out, and we're going to continue to do that until we find out what the results are. Probably Sunday night, somewhere in that area. So, or at least late afternoon, I'd imagine. But so we'll figure it out and see where it goes. But we're going to try to be ready for all of them while we have this time. And we've tried to use it smart as a coaching staff. At the same time, we want to make sure our players are fresh, but still stay sharp. So they work today in pads, and they'll go tomorrow, and then Sunday, whether it's a Saturday game or a Sunday game, they'll have Sunday off.
We'll go next to Matt. Go ahead, Matt.
Hey, Coach. Going into that last game, you had a couple of injuries that you guys were keeping up injury related, and obviously Chamari got banged up in that game too. How are Pacheco and Juwan, Chris, Chamari? How are those guys doing right now?
Yeah, well, listen, they all practiced today, so that was a good thing, Matt, that they were all able to get in there and bang it around a little bit, and so that was the big plus. So they're all doing well. To answer your question, they're doing well.
We'll go next to Adam.
Hey, Andy, wanted to ask you about Jalen Watson, how he's looked so far in the time you've had with him on the practice field since he's been back, and what realistic shot he might have at playing when you do play another game. And Sid, I'll have another question as well.
Yeah, so Adam, he worked last week. He came out of those workouts and felt good. He worked hard today, and we did a lot of one-on-one stuff today, so ones versus ones. And so he was able to get in there and work that. And he looked good from what I've seen. I haven't gone back and looked at the tape yet, but it looked like he was moving around pretty good.
Okay, and you touched a little bit about what this upcoming weekend is going to look like for you. But what have you been up to since the Denver game? Has there been anything practice-wise?
Yeah, no, we gave the guys time off there, and it's very similar to 2 years ago. About the same schedule as we had 2 years ago. So it's almost to the point, to the T. Coaches have worked, Adam, just so you know that. Doggone it.
Mm-hmm. We'll go next to Nate. Go ahead, Nate.
Andy, considering that you did give guys the time off and you've been through this before, do you have an idea of how much earning the 1 seed will be beneficial for you guys in terms of however you want to divvy up the amount of snaps for Isaiah Pacheco and Kareem Hunt, considering both of them have, touched the ball quite a bit, and obviously Pacheco has the injury?
Yeah, Nate, you know how that position, that's a tough position. Now you take a beating at that position. So, I think this period of time, the rest period, it benefits a lot of people, but those running backs really, that's a good time for recovery. And I think they were smart with it. All the guys have been working out, so they're kind of chomping at the bit to get going. And so that's kind of how you want it. They knew that this bye week was going to be different than your in-season bye week, and so they've all been in working and doing their thing. But to answer your question, with those two, I don't know how he'll divvy up. I would imagine it'll just end up being the same as we've been doing with them. They'll both be in there paddling,
Let's go to Vahe.
Hey, Andy. I know you're focused obviously on what's directly in front of you, but I guess the players, everybody's aware of what the ultimate goal would be. Do you find any direct value in saying out loud what the historic possibilities are here? Is that something that it's worth reinforcing?
Yeah, no, I don't think it is, Vahe. I mean, it's the important thing is that you stay focused on the team at hand, that you're gonna have an opportunity to play. It's for the coaches. It's important that we know all these teams and then being able to put together a game plan where the players can execute it fast. And you start getting caught up in the what ifs and all that, you get into trouble. You just got to take the next one and let's go and play our best and do the best you can do, and then let the chips fall where they may. But you got to make sure you maximize that part. And if anything gets in the way of that, you got to get rid of it. So it'll hinder you better than help you.
Okay, thanks, Andy, and best to all your friends in LA. Sorry about what they're going through.
Yeah, thanks, Vahe.
We'll go. There's two left. Go ahead, Nick.
And Sonia, I'll have a follow-up if I can, please. Andy, for the veterans on the team that have been through this run before from a playoff perspective, how beneficial is that for you guys to where they've been in those biggest moments and those toughest situations to lean on?
Yeah, for sure, Nick. I mean, that's the experience helps, especially with some of the younger guys, to be able to talk to them and tell them about the urgency of this thing. It is single elimination. That's easier said than putting that in your brain and getting yourself right for every snap that you have at practice to practice hard and aggressive with. So you just got to make sure you stay focused and don't let distractions in there the best you can.
And for you guys as a coaching staff with those young guys, how do you guys approach, maybe from a practice perspective or something, trying to give them that tempo outside of what they've experienced in a regular season against some of the opponents?
Right. So Nick, today we did ones versus ones. I mean, that would be an example of what you're saying. So they get that speed and against each other and have to compete, and these are all competitive guys, but you put the ones out there against each other, they really get competitive, and that's kind of a fun thing to be a part of, and it's good for the guys. It's good to get caught up like that on the speed part of it.
Last one. We'll go back to Matt.
Thanks, Sydney, and thanks, Coach. Well, I know this is one of the last things on your mind right now, Coach, but the team is doing a survey of fans about what they want to see in a new stadium or a remodeled stadium. Any requests that you would give to Clark? Anything that stands out and is important to you and for the players that you would want in a stadium or to make sure is in a new practice facility for you guys?
No, but I'd probably start with the hot dogs, Matt. I don't know. I haven't been asked that. So I haven't put any thought into that, actually. I did have the experience when I was at Philadelphia they asked me about it, and I gave my 2 cents about the practice facility, but that's the only experience I have with something like that. And I think that's down the road anyways. So that's not something I need to be concerned about right now.